Hi guys, and welcome back again to my channel, The Appalachian Home. So today we're going to be doing a wooden sign, and it's been a while since I've done one of these for you guys on my videos, so I thought we would do one today. And also because I'm getting so many questions about how to do the dotted border on some round signs in Cricut Design Space, so I thought I'd go back over that step by step for you guys, how to do the dotted border. And I'm actually going to be doing just a regular line border around this sign, so I'll show you how I'm doing that. I'm going to be doing a border that's actually larger than you can cut out, but I'm going to be splitting it in two, so I'll show you guys how to do that today. So I'm just using this pine round that I got from Lowe's to be doing these. I think they're only around $7 or $8. This is a 15-inch round. I went ahead and stained it with some red oak stain. It's a really light stain, so let's go ahead and get started on this project. I'm going to be using the Oracle 813 today, and this is just the adhesive stencil vinyl. I've used this in some of my other videos, but I'm going to be stenciling this project today. You can use vinyl just to vinyl your project. You can also use vinyl as stencil material if you want to paint it, but I just wanted a different look. I'm going to be weathering this sign with some paint, so I thought I would just go ahead and stencil it. I'm just using my 24-inch mat. I'm going to be cutting out both circles in two different halves, and then I'll be cutting out a design for the middle. So in Cricut Design Space, the first thing I'm going to do is go to Shapes and create a circle, and then I'm going to size that to match the size of my wooden round, which is 15 inches. And this is just going to help me size my borders and also size the design that's going to go in the middle. Okay, now I can go ahead and create my borders. To do the dotted border, I just go to the text menu and type in some periods, and depending on what you want your border to look like, you'll need to change the font. So I'm going to go to a nice round font. I'm going to go to just a sans font. So once I do that, I'm just going to go on up to my curve tool and completely curve all the way around. You can change the spacing of your dots by double clicking in here and just adding dots. That's going to increase the size of your circle. And sometimes you just have to kind of play around with this and figure out what works best or what looks best. Up here at the top, there's two little dots. If you'll double click backspace, you can remove those double dots. Then you can change your curve again, and it will fix those double dots up there at the top. So now I'm just going to drag the border off and draw another square so that I can split this in two, so that I can cut it out in two different sections. I'm lining up the edge of my square between two dots so that it makes it easier to line up when I go to cut it out and place it on my sign. But the edge of the square, I'm just lining up between these two dots, and that's the point I'm going to pick to split this image. Make sure you select both the rectangle and the circle and hit split, and that will separate these into two halves. So now I'm going to be creating a solid border, and I already have my sign on the mat, so I'm going to be creating a circle that is just a little bit smaller to create a round border. This circle is going to be 13.75 inches. And then I want my border to be 1/4 inch, so I'm also creating another circle that's 13.25 inches. And you can see here the difference in sizes. You want to select both of your circles and center them together. And while they're still both selected, you want to hit slice again. And this creates a round border that is 13.75 inches wide, and it is 1/4 inch thick. I'm also going to be creating another smaller border on the inside, so I'm making this circle about 12.5 inches. Then I'm going to duplicate it and make the next circle about 12.25 inches. That's going to create a border that is an 1/8 inch thick, if that makes sense. So you just want to make sure to center both of your circles before you cut out your border, and that's going to create just a little thin round border that's going to fit on the sign. You can see here they're both going to be white, and this is what they're going to look like. Now I'm going to select both of my borders and I'm going to weld them together so that I can split these as well. I'm going to draw a square and just place it about midway over both of those circles and slice everything so that I can cut the halves of the solid borders out the same way as you can the dotted border. Now I'm just going to upload an image that I designed in Inkscape. I'm going to finish it out in Cricut Design Space, and I'm just sizing it to fit inside the middle of the circle. Now I'm ready to cut these out. It will cut them out in 3 separate pieces. Then I can put them together on my board and stencil them. And I'm using the material setting for stencil vinyl to actually cut these out. I'm just going to go ahead and paint the border before I put the middle image in, and I'm just using some white flat paint. I'm going to put a couple coats on that, let it dry for just a minute, and then go ahead and remove the border stencil. Now I'm just going to place my middle stencil. I'm just going to center it, eyeball it, and kind of center it that way in the middle of the board. And I'm going to use the same white flat paint and stencil this. And then I'm going to take a dry brush and kind of distress it and make it look a little bit worn using some white paint. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and really found it helpful. I hope this answers some of your questions that you had about how to do borders with the Cricut machine. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try to get back and answer those. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll subscribe. I have all kinds of content just like this, and you can hit the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again in a few days with another video.